up, everyone? It is your girl, GELBEAUTY 87 here, aka Grace Honey. Today we're going to get into the new Blend Bunny Cosmetics Machina palette. So I had to look up what Machina meant. And it says that it means, it's a noun, and it's machine, siege, engine, or scheme. So I was like, that's interesting. Then there's this cute little card that comes with it. I'm going to read what the palette is supposed to, you know, the little description they give for the palette. This one retails for $45. And it says, this product that came to be from a vision with my late father. I am happy to share the creation with you all. Whether you're a robot, human, or cyborg, we hope the color combinations, dual chromes, multi-chromes, toppers, and traditional Blend Bunny mattes take your breath away, and you can feel every bit of love that went into this. Thank you for being here and supporting my and my dad's dream. So, if you all remember, she had made another palette with her late father. It is the Primal palette, but she ended up having discontinued. She wrote on Instagram why she had discontinued. I don't know if she left the post up or not, but let's open up the palette and see what she looks like. So I can tell that this one is a little bit thicker than the original ones, and it seems like she stepped up the quality of the packaging. It's nice and raised. I mean, not the other ones were raised before, but compared to the original one, she's definitely stepped it up a lot. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I feel like it gives you a nice sunsetty side over here, and then more cool tone vibes on the other side. So it's a half and half situation. It's the traditional, you know, like down the road, since people were like, you know, freaking out about the Sickly Sweet palette. So I'm going to show it alongside some other palettes, and then I'm going to read the card that she said is dedicated to her dad about this palette. So we have the Primal palette, like I said. This one she did with her father as well. This was, I want to say that was her second or third palette. No, it has to be her third or fourth palette, sorry, because I'm pretty sure it went Blends, Surge, then I think it went Primal, and then Dollhouse, and after that the Shower. Anyway, here's what both of them look like. So as you can see, in the earlier ones they didn't put palettes, so this is what it looks like side by side. I mean mirrors in the palettes. So they had a color thing that they liked too, but I feel like that one looks somewhat similar to this one. And of course I have to show it up against the Surge palette. This one isn't coming back, so I'm wondering if she's going to come out with an alternative to this palette, because she said, I think this one, it was like the pigments that they make in it, they don't like have them anymore or something, so she had to discontinue palette. But here it's what both of them look like side by side. Again, giving somewhat similar vibes. But this one I feel like has more neons than this one does. This one has more of a pastels and like deep and mid-tone. So there's that along that one. And then the last one we have is the Blends palette, the original one. I think those are the only palettes I bought. No, I got one more to show. But here's what it looks like. And as you can see, this is just more of a traditional rainbow palette. Whereas I feel like the Primal one was more detailed, if you will. And then, where is it? Is it behind me? Where is it? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out where I put the Rick and Morty palette, because I want to show that one too. But what did I do to y'all? Oh, honey. Oh, I left it on the bed. That's why. So, we have the Rick and Morty palette from Glamlight. This is one of my all-time favorites of this year. Spoiler alert, it will be in the best of 2023 palette. Spoiler alert. I know they don't look similar or whatever, but I just want to show them because I'm here, you're here, we're all here, and I had brought it to do my best palettes of 2023, so I think I might as well just, you know, show them together since everyone's here. So, there you go. So, now let's read this cute little card about this palette, because I'm sure it's going to be a heartfelt moment. She shares a lot of, like, you know, details about what goes into the making of the products and all that, which I think is really nice. This says, for my dad, for the ways you believed in me, the ways you encouraged me, the ways you saw me, and the ways you loved me. My dad's mind was the most magical place. To know him was to know a world that had a whole other wondrous side to it. This palette was a work in progress while he battled cancer with majesty and grace. We passed the time and distracted his mind with talks of this palette, the artistry, the concept, and the colors. We wanted to create a story, a robot or AI that glitches into gaining human consciousness and feelings. Okay. The task of curating the color story now alone trying to bring in the two sides of the sci-fi theme, human and robot, and making sure to include the colors my dad mentioned was very difficult. I changed this color story multiple times as it was so important to me to get it right. And I am so pleased with the final palette. A huge thank you to an artist I've admired and loved for years who took this project on with no hesitation and created exactly what I envisioned. Isabella Staub, I hope I'm saying that right. It's S-T-A-U-B. You made absolute magic. We hope you love this one as much as we do. Thank you for the opportunity to share these things with you. Okay, so that's nice. And if you want to get this palette, it retails for $45. And you can use my girl Dr. Ash's code. So I'm so excited that Dr. Ash has a code with this brand, because I feel like Dr. Ash puts out great quality content. And sometimes I feel like she just kind of falls underneath the radar. So I'm glad a few brands have given her codes. Like she has a code with Blend Bunny, she has a code with Glaminatrix, and she has a code with Clarity. So if you need to use codes in any of those places, make sure you use code Dr. Ash. So I use code Dr. Ash to buy my palette. I can show you my receipt, because honey, when one of the plugs gets the opportunity, I will make sure I, you know, put and congratulate them and make sure that my audience knows they have one. So if you need to buy from Blend Bunny, you can use Dr. Ash's code. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. Anyway, let me bring you in real quick like. So if you're curious what's on my face, I have on the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Liquid Foundation. I love that. It went 50% off, y'all, and I bought another one. That's how much I was not playing about this foundation. It's fire, it's giving, I'm living. I have on Divine Rose from Pat McGrath with a ColourPop blush on top of it to give it a little bit more color. One of the heart-shaped blushes. I don't remember what color it is. It's like, it's a berry tone color, girl. I don't know, I'm sorry. And then I have the Glam Light Strawberry Shortcake lipstick on with the Makeup by Mario lip gloss on top, just in case anybody wanted to know what's actually going on with the face. I'm gonna go off camera and get my life note. I'm thinking we should do two looks, because I want to do like a warm sunsetty moment with this side, and then we do more grungy, cool tone blue green look on the other side. So I'm thinking that's what I want to go for, but at the same time I'm like, I can see myself just putting the purples with the deeper tones here, and then doing the green with the pink, and maybe running the red on the lower lash line. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, girl, but we gonna do something. I'm most likely gonna do two looks. If y'all haven't noticed lately, I've been giving you two looks and just coming back with swatches on my hand. So I'm thinking that's the plan. I'm gonna go off camera finally though and do whatever it is I'm gonna do, girl, and I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all, so I decided this is what we're gonna work with. So I mean, like, to me this looks true to color to me. It actually reminds me of that, what's that palette called, the one from Nomad that came out this year, the Dion gifted me, the Valentine's Day one. It reminds me of that. That's what this color story is giving me, that I just came up with on my hand. So I'm gonna start off with the shade AI. That's gonna be our transition shade, of course. Then our crease shades are gonna be this robotic shade and this circuit shade, just in case I don't tell y'all as I'm going along. Then our two outer V shades, of course I have to use the black to see if it's going to be similar to the Nocturnal one, because I remember that one being pretty pigmented. So this is Shut Down, and then I got Emote here that we're going to use as my extra color once I put my shimmer on the lid. So my shimmers on the lid are going to be Conscious. It's purple. That's going to be toward the back. And then this one, I think it's Cyborg. It's going to be toward the front. And I'm trying to debate if I want to put Switch in the inner corner, if I just want to pull Cyborg into the inner corner and give that extra oomph. So we'll see when we get there, but I originally wanted to just do like one warm tone eye and then one cool tone eye, but I was like, I don't necessarily want the greens with that. I like to do green with pink, kind of like Angelica Nikovic does with her, with her palette, whatever. I kind of like to do that. So I'm like, I want to stay true to who I am, and it's like I might do a look like that another time, because obviously I'm going to use this palette more than just the time in this video. But you know, like for this video I wanted to have like an idea. Ooh yes, honey, this blue, it's AI blue, honey. Yes, this color, I love it. But yeah, I want to do more than one look with this. And see how I feel like this one, because if you all remember, I was not a huge fan of Sickly Sweet. Like, I even forgot to put it in my Halloween palettes, because it just, I don't know, I've never had a Blend Bunny palette disappoint me. So I was just kind of like, I guess, like I just erased it out of my memory. Like, yeah, no, that would never happen. And it's not that it was necessarily bad, it was just, I don't know, compared to the other ones they have done and that I have, I just felt like it wasn't up to what I'm used to using from them and what I like from them. So I was kind of just like, to me it's just like a companion palette, what it comes down to. I'm sorry, this is a Sigma E35. They having like a 75% off sale, something like that. I'll try to remember, link it down below. So we're gonna go into the shade Robotic now, because that's the lighter of the two shades. Plus I feel like the purple will look better with I'm trying to decide, should I crease some more and then like put it on there, since I brought it a little too low down, because I don't want it to muddy up the color. So yeah, let's do that just to be safe. You know, we just want to add a little bit more. I'll try to add it with the tip of the brush as opposed to, you know, like the whole brush, because I feel like if I do the whole brush it'll mess up what's going on. And I just want like this part right in here to be cut so I can get the gray on there just fine and not have to worry about changing the shade, because both the other shades are blue, so I feel like that should be okay. Okay, so now we're going to go into the shade Robotic. It's quite light so far, but I feel like it's going to oxidize a little bit, so when it does, you know, you should be able to see a clear distinction in the colors, which was my main concern. Yeah, I'm liking that crease. Sometimes I like to do creases like deeper and then have like the lighter shade for dimension. And sometimes I'll do the reverse that you all have seen recently. I forgot what palette it was, but I did like the total reverse of the look. And I was feeling that too. So it all depends on what I'm feeling like in the moment, how I do it. I'm gonna go back into AI a little bit. Yeah. That's looking cute. That's looking cute. Okay. So I'm going to take my little switch that Sigma gave me. I'm telling y'all, this thing has come in handy so much lately. I'm just like, yes. Because I be forgetting I have this thing, and then I'll be like trying to talk about how I have to wash my airbrush. I'm like, wait, no you don't. Like, just grab the switch. So I just grab my switch and use that. As you can see, I need to wash it though, because look at all, it looks gross. So I'm going to have to wash it when I wash my brushes tonight. I didn't have to go to work tonight because I took my mom for her colonoscopy and I just called off for the day. So, let's take the shade Circuit out, which I am like cool with. I can definitely see the distinction in these, and I wanted this to be toward the back because it is darker. So, can y'all see? I can definitely see the difference in the colors. I'm really liking the way this is turning out so far. I didn't know how I was going to feel, but I was like, you know, y'all know me, I'm just wing it. We just go with the child. So, I was like, I'm going for it, and I'm liking how it's looking so far. And that was this is a Sigma E45, the small tapered blending brush. Y'all, I'm remembering to tell you what brushes I'm using today. I'm proud of me, okay? But let's get into this black shade now called Shutdown. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get myself together and do some content since I had the night off anyway. And Adriangameover, you know, he had a track practice today, so I didn't have to go pick him up. So it's like I took my mom to her appointment, then I got to come back home and actually relax. But I was sitting up before I took her to her appointment at 10:30 this morning because I had to pull out my stuff for 2022. So I'm gonna do one of those videos. I was inspired by Angie or Angelica Nikovich to do this because like she did the video where she talked about the stuff that she had tried last year and told you if she still liked it this year or not. I've actually seen a couple people do it, and I saw it in my feed from Morgan Turner as well. But like I was like, that's interesting to try out because it's like I'm sure some people are like, well, you talked about this all the time last year, but like, do you still even use it? And the crazy thing is the stuff I used the most was the complexion. Like the eyeshadow palettes I didn't use nearly as much as the complexion. And the eyeshadow video, y'all know, is always the longest one. So I was like, interesting, because the complexion video I think was maybe less than 30 minutes, and like I still use like half the stuff in that video. So I was like, okay. But I find when I find like complexion stuff I like, I usually stick to it a lot of time. Then I have to like rotate the stuff out because otherwise I'll just use what's in the bathroom. Because how I have it set up is I have all my makeup in the bathroom. I'm gonna cut my crease before we talk about this. But I'm like, I have all the makeup in the bathroom, right? So then I just, crap, that's the brush I forgot to grab. I knew there was something missing out this set, y'all. I didn't grab the lid brush, whatever. I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild one from the Pac-Man, and my water have come out, so like you see it's not doing what it's supposed to do anymore because I guess it dried up. But anyway, so the makeup sits in the bathroom. I have like a set of acrylic things in the bathroom to keep my makeup in on the counters to make it easier. So with that, it's like I usually have like a few complexion products in. Like I have a foundation stick, I have the latest liquid foundation and concealer I'm trying, and then I have like some older stuff that I want to try again that I remember loving that I just didn't get a chance to use it often. So like I have all that type of stuff sitting around. The majority of the time I don't even go front. Like a lot of times I use the foundation stick. Like lately I've just been using the Thread Beauty foundation stick that's under $10, and like I'm halfway done with this, so it'll be my second one I completely used up, but it's like so reasonably priced, and I'm like, I don't want to like have to buy another foundation stick that's super expensive, so I'd rather just use it. Let's get into this lid. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Conscious. Excuse me. But yeah, so like I just usually use it and call it a day, because I'm like, I don't have time for, you know, trying to put on liquid foundations a lot of time, because it's like a lot of the time I've picked Adriangameover from school and I'll still be tired, because like y'all know, like I said, I work at night, everybody knows, so I'll be trying to sleep in the daytime, and then I gotta get up and I gotta drop him off at school. So after I get off work, I have to be up for like 3 or 4 hours. After I get sleep for 3 or 4 hours, and then I have to get back up to take Adrian to school, and after I do that, then I have to what do you call it, try to take a nap and relax, and then get back up and pick him up from school. But lately he's been walking home from school, so I can like have some more rest. And plus he has track practice, so like when I'm getting ready for work, it's usually when track practice ends, so he'll just walk home. So I haven't been doing it as much, but like my sleep is always broken up into these horrible like sets or whatever, so that's why I just kind of like okay, so we're gonna use the shade Cyborg now toward the front, and this is one of the ones I'm excited about. That and Mortality, so I'm gonna make sure I use Mortality as well. But see, look at that, yeah. Y'all knew as soon as y'all saw this shade that it was gonna have to touch my eyeballs. Like I feel like we all knew when you saw that shade in the corner in this palette, you was like, she gonna use it, and I was like, I sure am. Thanks. It must be used by me. Thank you. Okay, so I feel like a lot of the shades in the crease are starting to blend together, because the gray has darkened up, and the blue, I feel like the blueness of the blue has faded. I know I try to say that 5 times fast, y'all. But yeah, so I feel like it's all just looking like a muddled gray set together. But y'all know I'm not a person who's really like good at color theory, or at least I feel like I've said that in the past. So I'm not necessarily great when it comes to color theory, so that might be why mine looks like that. But you know, I'm still feeling it. It's still cute. You know, I made sure the brightest color was at the top, so it would be vibrant for you to see and match with the inner corner. That was like my main concern. The other colors I was just using to see like how the formula was going to be, and see if they oxidized like they did. And I feel like they did, but you know, it's not that big a deal to me. I just know now to use one or the other one in the crease, because they're both looking similar in the crease, even though on my hand they look totally different. But I feel like that's a thing that happened to people with darker skin tone, so it's not something I wasn't aware of. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and put Switch in the inner corner, because I don't see myself using it in the other look, because I'm gonna try to use more of the pinks and the greens in the other look. So I want to see how this one looks. I'm gonna give y'all swatches toward the end of the video of some of the colors in the primer palettes of this one, since they, you know, look similar. But I was like, I'll say that for the end of the video, for those of you who don't necessarily want to see it and just want to see the eye looks. I want to do a graphic situation in the crease now, since it didn't give me the color I wanted. So don't be surprised if when I come back there's like purple in the crease, and I'm thinking about doing a purple wing as well. But we're gonna go back to the outer V now, because remember, we got to put that purple on, because I want to cover up a little bit of this part right here, and I want to see how the purple matte works. So we're going to go into the shade Emote and just put that right up in here. So I'm trying to pat it on, and then like slowly blend it out around the edges. To add to, you know, that's looking cute. It's looking cute. Yeah, I'm really liking the way that's looking, because I feel like it gives the extra little smoke I was looking for in this eye look. So I'm here for it. It's a vibe. It's cute. Yes, it's giving the whole smoke. Giving all the smoke. Hello. Okay. guess what? This will be working with as a finished eye. I must say I like it. Yeah, I definitely want to put a purple like graphic situation in the crease, and then I'll probably use like my blue eyeliner as my wing. Then I will come back with some swatches on my hand of more of this side of the palette. Like I said, I think we're gonna do more of the green and the pink. Y'all know I'm not really big on red, but I feel like a green and pink look will look really cute with this palette, so I want to see how it's gonna go. So I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay, y'all, so here are the colors I chose for this eye look. So I figured I'd start off with this shade right here, Dode. I hope I'm saying that's right. I got the shade Digital here. I want to use that as like the outer V shade. Then I'm going to use Enamored in the crease. And I'm going to use Octane on the outer V. Then Mortality I have to use on the lid. And then I have to use Sci-Fi my inner corner because I'm going to make this a true pink and green moment. Anyway, so let's start off with the shade Dode. I hope I'm saying it right. But yeah, so I was telling you how I pulled all my stuff and how I had a lot of the same stuff when it came to my what do you call it? My foundations that I had been using, but I hadn't used all my eyeshadow palettes. But you have to think how many eyeshadow palettes I have, so I'm like, because I have so many eyeshadow palettes, I feel like it's not, you know, that big a deal if I don't like use every single one. Although I actually was thinking about doing like a declutter, because I told y'all I don't like every single palette I have, but because I always do those why you don't needs, and then I give y'all comparisons and do you really need and all that type of stuff. I like to have the stuff physically here since I know I already owned it. I always get mad when like I declutter it and then somebody comes up with something similar. It's like I just had that and I could have just kept it. So I'm that type of person when it comes to my collections. Like I know I do a lot of comparisons and I do rankings and I do stuff like that. So it's like sometimes I just like to physically have the product instead of having to like try to pop in a picture or, you know, whatever the case may be, because, you know, I got rid of it. But I'm even at the point now where I'm just like, some stuff to me isn't even just worth keeping just for like those type of videos, because I don't like it like that much. And it's like I know my collection is going to continuously grow, so it's like I have to be realistic about it. So that's the difficulty of being like one of the people who do a lot of this is the E40 from Sigma. That's the difficulty of being one of the people who does do a lot of like comparison videos. As you can see, I'm trying to build up the shade quite a bit because I'm like, I don't know, you know, how well it's going to stay as far as tone goes. And as you can see, I'm not blending it out because it's like I don't want to blend it away to nothing, because I have a darker skin tone. I feel like, you know, just don't need to be trying all that. But now I'm gonna take the pink shade on the outer V, and then we'll go into the creases. I'm also the pink shade Occitane. I'm sorry, I'm probably saying it wrong, but like taking that one and putting that outer V. But yeah, so I'm trying to debate if I want to film it or not, because I'm the type of person where I'll just go through and grab the stuff and then I'll show y'all like what I'm getting rid of and why. Just because a lot of time I don't necessarily feel like pulling out the camera to have to do all that just to like get rid of a few things. I got a few things in my house that I'm supposed to be trying out to see if I still like them or not, because they might end up in that video as well. But I'm thinking that can be like something toward like the beginning of the year. But I wanted to kind of do it like, you know, it's the end of the year, clean it out, do a new, like, it's a new me type vibe thing. So that's why I'm like trying to debate, do I want to like, you know, wait, or do I want to go ahead and just do it without you all and just show you what it is. So I guess you can comment in this video and tell me, like, do you want to see me actually pull out the stuff? Because I have like a few things just already in mind. I'm just like, yeah, I know I don't like this product. I know I only keep it around because, you know, I need it for duping purposes, or because it's a brand that I buy from a lot and I like it. Like with those things, I'm feeling like I'm still going to leave those alone. I just dusted a little bit more, and that was a Sigma E25 blending brush I was using for the outer V. Now I'm going to take a Sigma E45 for my crease shade, the hot pink shade Enamored. But yes, I'm like, I'm feeling like I just want to get rid of some of the stuff, because I'm like, look here. No. Like, I wish I could be like, you know, a normal person who just has like the stuff they like and that's it. But it's like I have to keep certain things for video purposes. So even if I don't like it, I need it. But I feel like I don't need the excess that I have for video purposes lately. So I'm like, I've been wanting to get rid of a few things. So I'm shocked that Juvia's place hadn't had like a holiday collection come out, because y'all know they usually be having like holiday collection. There'd be like 6 and 7 palettes or whatever. And I'm shocked about the Blend Bunny, I'm sorry, not Blend Bunny, the Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny like surprise drop, because like they was just like, oh yeah, there's a palette coming, surprise. And I was like, oh, okay. How y'all feeling about the palette? Because I feel like it gives me vibes of other palettes that I already have. I'm most likely gonna get it anyway because I like Doodles by the Bunny and I definitely want to support, because I feel like, you know, she's been doing this for a while, and I'm glad that brands are finally jumping on board and like letting her visions come to life. So I'm definitely happy about that. But at the same time, I'm like, it still looks similar to other stuff I already have. So I don't know how much use I'm gonna get out of it. It's literally just like for the supporting mainly, because y'all saw the color story. Like, it looks really similar to the ones that ColourPop came out with, the you know, the basketball teams with the different colors in the eyeshadow palettes. That's the vibe it like gave me when I saw it, because I was like, oh, okay, so we just, y'all, I kind of want to put the green on the lid now, because I got all this pink around. And then just put the pink in the inner corner. But since it's supposed to be multi-chrome dimensional shiny, I want it on the lid. So I think I'm just going ahead and do it with it on the lid. And then we'll just put the green in the inner corner. Maybe wrap it into a little bit of the front of the eye. I don't know. I didn't get out as much glitter glue as I thought I did. So I need to squeeze some more, y'all. Oh, have you seen anybody review Carly Bible stuff? I'm just curious, because I'm like, I like the color story, but it's like, I know realistically I'm not going to get enough use out of that palette to like buy it, because you got to think how many mauve tones I have. Like, I have the brand we're using right now, I have the Dollhouse palette. So I'm like, do I really need, you know, to have that one too? Especially since I feel like I'm not really going to like utilize the way I'm going to utilize my other mauve tone palettes. Like, I feel like I would use Rose Quartz and some other ones more than that. So I'm like, I don't think I personally need it. I'm gonna check the shade Mortality now and start putting that on the lid. But I'm like, I don't personally see myself like using it enough to like justify, you know, having it in my collection. But I heard Tina Fancy Face was talking about, she was talking about how the lipsticks were nice. I'm like, yeah, the lipsticks do look nice, but I'm like, I don't know, I just don't see myself needing like anything from it. And like, Carly Bible was one of the first people I found on YouTube as well. So it's like, I would love to support, but it's like, I just don't, there isn't anything that struck me where I was like, yes, I need to have that. I feel like I'd have to still be like in my like true Carly Bible fan era days to buy it. Because I bought, because it looks like her BH Cosmetics collection, obviously. I'm sorry, honestly. And I'm like, I already had both of those. Like, I hit pan on like her first one. Then I gave it to my grandma when the second one came out. And then she hit pan on a few shades that I didn't hit pan on in that palette. So it's like, I liked her color stories and that. And y'all know that's like my nude aesthetic. So that's why I can get down with her. But it's like, I already have all these colors already, honey. So it's like, how many times do I need these colors? But I think I heard it like sold out. And it was coming back soon or something like that. I swear I saw that on her brand's Instagram page. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I thought I saw that it had sold out. So I was happy for her that it did sell out, that she still had like followers who were like up there buying it. But it's like, I don't know how many units she bought. I'm gonna take the shade Digital now. That's the green we talked about and just put it out here. But I'm like, I don't know how many like, you know, sets of whatever she bought. I saw Angie drop some new brushes as well, so I'm like, I want to try Angie's brand, but I think I'm going to wait till like next year to try her brushes, because she said some of them were sold out and they weren't coming back to next year anyway. So I'm like, I'd rather get like the face and the eye brushes. I was waiting for her to have like a whole full collection as opposed to just eye brushes. So that's why I was like, you know, I'm going to just wait. Oh, so this is darkening down. So I wanted to say a little bit more brighter than it is. So I'm a little bit disappointed about that, but you know, it's blended out nicely and easily. Looks great on the eye as usual. I think I'm going to flip the brush back over now and put a little bit more pink on this part back here. So we have a little bit more of a true transition, if you will. And then I got my, of course, my green liner out and my pink liner out to do like my eyeliner. because I was going to put the pink eyeliner in the crease, but now I think I'm just going to use the green one because this pink is nice and vibrant. I didn't know if it was going to be like these colors over here and like oxidize down and not be as bright as I want, but it's still as bright as I'd like, so we're just going to leave her where she is. So I'm going to put a little bit more enameled in here. So I just took a little bit of the crease shade and I'm dusting underneath here. I feel like this lip goes nice with this eye, but this lip doesn't go that great with this eye. But, you know, we just keep it on because, you know, who's changing it? It ain't gonna be me. So now we're gonna go into my E30 pencil brush from Sigma in the Makeup Shader Collection and take the shade Sci-Fi. I'm starting kind of a little bit on the lid, just at the very inner corner of the lid, and then drag it around and underneath. Yes, honey, that brightness is giving I am living. So as you can see, I'm trying to bring it up the side a little bit right in here, and then just dust it out or whatever. So these are the finished eyes. I will put my eyeliner on off camera, but let's talk about my thoughts on. Matter of fact, no, I'll put my eyeliner on now and stuff because I got to do all these swatches or whatever, and then I'm going to film some more videos right after I film this one. So I want to have all that done. So I'm going to go get my life in order, put the mascara on, eyeliner on, and then we'll talk about my thoughts on this palette along with the swatches from the primal palette of the colors that look similar. So I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so my thoughts on this palette are, they definitely redeem themselves with this one. I love the quality of this one. I love the shimmers in here. I love the color story of this one. But I do feel like it pulls some of the shades from the primal palette. But since she explained that her dad helped her make this one and he was helping her make this one, it would make sense that they would have similar colors because he liked certain tones, and she said that when I read to you specifically that he wanted those certain tones. So it makes sense why the tones are in it similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch and compare the ones that look similar from this one to this one, just so we can get an idea of how many similar ones there are. For the people who were like, well, if she's saying she did one palette with Dad in the past and then she's doing another one, you might not necessarily feel like you need to get it. I was fine with having both in my collection because I love the brand, and, you know, like Pokemon, I catch them all. But I'm doing this for the people who necessarily, you know, like might not necessarily want to get it because they feel like there's enough tones in one that they don't need the other one. So let's get started on that, girl. So I'm going to take the shade Mimic from the Primal palette and swatch it against the shade, what, Flawed? I believe that's how you say it? Yeah, Flawed. Both palettes I feel like they have the same formula, they're just as creamy and nice. One I feel like pulls a little more blurplish, and one just feels like it's more of a true purple. So this is Mimic from Primal, and then this is Flame from the palette. As you can see, this one from the new palette pulls a little more blue than the original shade Mimic. I feel like Mimic pulls a little more true to like purple, and the other one feels more blurple. So this is Mimic right here, and then this is Flames from the new palette. So that's what both of them look like on my finger, and I'm gonna swatch on my hand. So on to the next shade. I'm gonna swatch the two like dark purple shades. So there's one in the original palette called Ink. So I'm going to swatch Ink and Instinct from the original Primal palette. And then the new palette, I will be swatching the shade Emote, the one I put on this side of the eye. So Ink, Instinct, and then Emote. I feel like Emote is still lighter than these other two shades, but that does look. Okay, yeah, so Emote is definitely lighter when you initially swatch it, but when you look at it in the pan, it does get deeper when you swatch it though, but I still feel like it pulls more of a true deep purple than the other ones. See, this is Inked, this is Instinct, these two are from the Primal palette, and then this is the shade that's on my eye, Emote. So as you can see, all of them have different undertones. Like I feel like both of these pull much deeper than the one in the new palette does. And it's going to be hard to show, but here the three of them are. So this is Inked, this is Instinct, Both of these are from Primal, and then this is the shade from the new palette Emote that's on my eye right now. So those are those 3 shades. So far we have done all of the purples. There isn't another purple that I feel like will match this purple because Exotic is too light to go with the shade Glitch. So we're just going to move on to the next set of shades. So the next ones I think I want to do are the reds. I'm going to start off with the shade Huntress and then the shade Human. So Huntress is in the original Primal palette. I don't know why I'm saying original Primal like this is a new one. I guess because both of them were helped by her dad. That's why I say the original, and then this is the one from after he passed. So swatch the shade Human. So I feel like the original one from this palette, Huntress, from the Primal palette, is more of a tomato red, whereas Human is more of like a true red, if you will. And here is Human and Huntress. So as you can see, the colors are definitely giving 2 different tones. Do I have any other lighter ones? I think I want to use the shade Warning from the original palette against the shade Burn, even though I feel like it's more of a strawberry, cherryish red, and Burn is more of a, you know, just bright, like fire engine red. So I feel like they're not going to look the same as well. Yeah. See, this looks like more of a hot cherry red. This is from the new palette in the shade Burn. And this is the shade Warning from the original palette. So that's what both of those look like. And here what they look like on my fingers. So this is Warning from Primal. And then this is Burn from the new palette. And as you can see on my fingers, they're 2 different colors as well. So this is Fire Engine Red and this is more cherry red. Y'all, my camera started to start blinking on me. So I'm going to have to go get a new battery real quick. So let me do that real quick, and then I'll come back and swatch the pinks. So I'm gonna do these 2 pinks here up against the 2 pinks and this one, those 2 light pinks you see here. So I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, on to these pinks. So I'm starting off with the lighter peachier one. It's called Rome, and then I will swatch it up against the shade the shade Attract. So I found a trick of being able to keep swatching down my arm without it looking weird when I show it to you all. So what I do is I turn my arm like this, and then I just swatch it like that, so that way it's not at that weird angle it is when you try to swatch it normally. Anyway, so this is the shade Rome from the original Primal palette, and this is the shade Attract. And here's what they look like on my fingers. I feel like you can see the difference because the shade Rome, I feel like it's lighter than the shade Attract. I feel like Attract runs a little bit deeper. So I'm going to swatch the shade Nectar next from the Primal palette. And then I'll put that up against the shade Aerocoat. So there's Nectar. And then there's Aerocoat. So I feel like Aerocoat is a little bit more peachy toned, whereas Nectar is more of a pink tone. So here is this is Nectar, and then here's Aerocoat. So as you can see, this is Nectar, and it's more pinky tone, and Aerocoat, if you can even see it on my finger, is more peachy tone because I feel like it's giving more flesh tone than some of my skin tone. But I feel like the shade Attract is just an ashier version of Nectar. If you don't see there, like this is Attract and then this is Nectar. So I feel like it's an ashier version. Here are all the shades that we did. So we basically did the blues and the purple. Sorry, the bluish purples. We did the reds. And then we did the pinks. So let's move on to the next set of colors. I don't think there's too many left. I want to do like the greens. We can't do any of the shimmers because the shimmers in here match the mattes pretty well. But we can do let me see, are there any greens I can do? Because I feel like the greens in here don't even match. Like the darker green in this one is deeper in here. And then the green in here is more of a true green. And all the greens in here I feel like are grungy or have different tones. And the Toxin shade is going to be deeper than the shade I used in my transition shade to start off with this eye. So I feel like there's not too much left to pick in here. Because there's no deep pink in here. They used a deep red instead. And there's no deeper red in this palette. So I feel like, oh, we got to do the blacks, of course. So I'm going to swatch the shade Nocturnal, and then I'll swatch it up against the shade Shutdown, which is the one I use because I'm interested to see how those are going to work out. So I want to see if they're going to be the same depth or like the same shade, because I didn't know if she put like a charcoal in this one and it was original deep black in the other one. Okay, so here are the two blacks. This is Nocturnal right here, and then this is the shade Shutdown, and this is Nocturnal and Shutdown. So I feel like Shutdown has more of a satin type finish to it. I don't know if I feel like Nocturnal has that as well, but I definitely feel like Shutdown has a satin finish to it. When I swatched it out, I was like, oh, this looks kind of satiny. But I feel like they both have the same amount of pigmentation when it comes to the depth in the black. So I just wanted to see, like, was it going to be less pigmented, or was it going to be a different shade of black? Like one be more, like I said, one be more charcoal and one be more like just true like pitch black. But both of them are the same. So that's pretty much all I got for these. Wait, no, let's swatch the white too. I'm sorry. Can't forget about the white shade, y'all. So we're going to swatch the shade Hidden in the original Primal palette. Let's see how this works. Up against the shade, what is this called? Precision. So here is Hidden and Precision, and that's both of them on my finger. I don't know, on my finger I feel like the one from the new palette, Machina, seems like it's a little bit more pigmented. Maybe it's just me, but it seems a little bit more pigmented in my personal opinion. But those are all of the shades that are similar in the palette in my personal opinion. So none of the greens are similar. There are no yellows in the new palette, or I'm sorry, yeah, there aren't any yellows in the new palette, and there aren't any pinks in the old palette for us to compare, and there aren't any blues for us to compare. So this is pretty much all we can compare. So if you were curious how many shades you're gonna have as copies, I wanted to make sure I did this, which is why we're doing it now. But I really like this palette. I like the color story of it. I think it gives great tones. It does look similar to some other things in her collection, but it's like, since she's a person who loves color like I do, I don't necessarily have an issue with it, but I can understand people who do, because everybody isn't into color like I am and might just like her formula and feel like they don't need a whole lot of colorful palettes. So that was the point of doing that. It wasn't to say that you don't necessarily need it, because you could be like me and love to collect Blend Bunny. I do. So I feel like I needed it, even though I know I didn't necessarily need it, because as you see, there's a few colors that are similar. Now, it doesn't make up the whole palette, but there's a few, and I want to touch on it. So those are all my thoughts on the palette. I was impressed with it. She redeemed herself with this one for me, because y'all know I'm not a fan of the Sickly Sweet palette. But this one definitely, you know, is reeling me back in. Like, okay, I know I'm not gonna like everything I like from my favorite brands all the time. Like I've told y'all, there's stuff from Adep I don't like, and there's stuff from you know, other brands I don't like that I truly love. Like, I'm not gonna like everything. Like I'm not crazy about the Sugar and Spice palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. Y'all know that, but it's like I still, you know, buy from the brand and love the brand. It's just I wouldn't be me if I wasn't pointing out that, you know, there are some more things going on here. So that's all it was about. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.